Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we're back to continue our playthrough of XCom Chimera Squad. We left off last time on the city map, ready to go on another mission, but something I want to show y'all really before we jump into the mission is when I reloaded my save, lo and behold, it didn't save right at the same point I was. When you go out here on Ironman, you don't have the option to save. It's just when you exit, it saves the game automatically for you. Well, apparently, when I exited, we've backed up a little bit. We have not chosen a new recruit. We didn't have anybody assigned to Spec Ops, and a couple of the things that we did, it's as if they never happened. So I just want to let you know that seems to be a little quirk of this Ironman. It's nothing drastic. Doesn't change the mission or the much on the map, but guess what it does? It gives me a quick second chance because I started thinking, let's go get our new recruit back in here. We had picked Torque, so I'm not going to change that.
This means we could Torque.
Whisper.
Are we good?
I don't know.
We can skip the conversation because we saw it at the end of the last mission. So we now have our guy picked out. One thing I am going to do, when we're down here and it says apply armor tint to all agents, I tried clicking on that before and it doesn't really apply much. When you look at everybody's colors, it really doesn't do much. Whoops. Let's get back in here to the armory. What I'm going to do is just apply a quick round of my own tint. We'll go green on the Viper or for Torque. Why not? Because of the acid and whatnot he's able to provide. We'll give him the green. Godmother, she's dealing out a lot of damage. We'll give her blood red for what she's dealing out in damage with that shotgun. Let's see, blue blood. Yeah, blue blood. What else are we going to give him but blue? And let's see, we got the tint armor here. I'm going orange. Orange is my color, so she's gonna get the orange. Look what it does. It kind of multicolors the outfit when I pick orange. And finally we'll come up with some kind of color, and I'm undecided here. I may end up changing my mind. I guess we'll give him the aqua, if that's what that color is. Yeah, kind of multi-blues, so I don't want to get too many similar colors. Is there a yellow? Kind of similar there too. We'll just kind of give him his own light green color there. And what I'm going to do is we want to assign somebody to the Spec Ops, and I had chosen Intel, so we're going to do that and assign somebody. But decided to take a little tweak from the last. Why don't we bring Torque out on a mission? I want to use the new character on a mission. And what I think we'll do is we'll pull Verge out. I haven't really felt him contributing as much as he could, and part of that is his neural network abilities that he has really don't work as well on the robotic enemies. So why don't we instead pull him out? We'll give Torque a chance and see how he adds to our team, and hopefully he'll give us some new and better options. So let's give him intel legwork and get him going. We're going to lose him for 3 days, unfortunately. And then we can apply Torque over here. And there we go. We got a new team that we're going to be taking out. Nothing else has changed. The only other thing I noticed when I was editing the first mission on investigation, I said, there's nothing much here. Although under active operations, there is a little bit of a story that I didn't go over. Apparently, the Sacred Coil is in the process of doing human abduction. So reclamation links Sacred Coil to a variety of City 31's missing persons, all human. Stop these human abductions and recover them from Sacred Coil. Time is of the essence. So that is kind of what we're trying to stop with Sacred Coil. And it's kind of mentioned again because we're going to hear the talk.
Links Sacred Coil to a variety of City 31's missing persons, all human.
Stop these human abductions and recover them from Sacred Coil. Time is of the essence.
Okay, so we kind of reheard that part, but now we're back to where we left off for real, with one slight little tweak. So I'm not going to complain about that little quirk in the Ironman save process, because really I should have had torque in here on the new mission the first time through. Let's get in here. We're going to do an abandoned clinic. What that does is it reduces 2 days towards Operation Reveal over here on the left. That's an unknown operation. We also in the process gain 30 credits. I think actually one more thing we're going to do before we get out. Let's get into, oh, not the training, excuse me, clicked on the wrong one. Let's get into the armory. No, this,
We can get a sweet deal
there
on
we
combat-grade
go.
androids. I know. Everyone hates them.
I don't hate them. They're robot friends who can fill in on missions if we're too wounded to continue.
Okay, everyone but Patchwork hates them. As she says, they do have a purpose.
Okay, I'm gonna see about, since we're upcoming on a difficult mission, I want to see some of the costs. We have 160 credits. We didn't quite get any intel on the last mission, so I want to do something. We're going to work on, see if we can't focus on subduing. I'm thinking if we pick up the trank rounds, unconscious units are captured at the end of each mission. So if we kill with the trank rounds, I believe the target, if he would be killed, they'll be rendered unconscious instead. So that's one way. By shooting and killing the enemy from a distance, we're still able to maybe gain them as subdued. So I'm going to buy some trank rounds, and then I'm also thinking we really don't have a great source of healing right now, and I'm thinking at a moment I may get a couple of med kits. I probably will stay away from some of these others right now. I don't know if I have much need. I don't want to spend every dollar I have on these supplies, but I do feel coming into a difficult mission that we will want to buy, and I'm going to get 2 different ones so we can have a couple people or a couple options for healing out there. And that is how we will start. Let's get out to the city map. Let's get in here and investigate the abandoned clinic.
Say a hostile force has access to a dangerous device, but destroying it would cause harm to you or others. In that case, finesse is the better option. Approach the device and disable it, just as you were trained.
We're going to give a med kit here. I'm wondering who I want to give the trank rounds to. Let's see, Blue Blood, maybe you'll carry one of... Or maybe what we'll do is, since you have a lot of crit hits available on you, we're going to give you the trank rounds along with that breaching charge. And we'll do one more med kit over here on Patchwork. Whoops. There we go. So we are outfitted with everything we have available at this time. Torque carries a submachine gun, and then we'll see what other of his attributes we get to use. For a change, let's have us use the tongue action on this one. This particular mission, Operation Eagle Wail, it's showing here we're investigating an abandoned clinic, and it has 1 projected encounter. So we don't have a series of encounters on this one. We have breach options through a wall and door, so we do have a breaching charge in case we need to use it. Let's get out there and look at our options for the breach on this first difficult mission for us. So hopefully we'll be able to hang in there and hold up.
Sacred Coil are inside this old gene therapy clinic. Find out why and stop them.
Breach mode. Okay, not the most not the most kind entrances, so they're going to be ready for us. We're looking at through the main door being able to see 5, being able to see 6 enemies through the wall breach, and that may be the way we go. Let's see, last unit through this entrance automatically activates Overwatch after the breach. There's always a chance I may send one over there. Successful shots at enemies during the breach will stun, and all non-aggressive enemies guarding this entrance are surprised. So yeah, I think the bulk of us need to come in through the breach on the wall. Now the next thing is, what kind of sequence do we want to look at? I usually like the idea lately, and it kind of worked. Patchwork probably going to be first or second in through the door. Blue Blood except Blue Blood has, so that means Patchwork will be second. We'll give Torque a try in the third spot, and Godmother finishing it off. Although, maybe what we want to try, let's remove Torque, add Godmother as the third there, and let's see if him being on automatic overwatch is going to help us over here with his machine gun or submachine gun, whatever it is he carried. I've already forgotten. We're going to try the breach that way. Looks like they may have a chance to be a little more ready for us. We'll find out as we go through, and here we go.
Move in, now!
Okay, so we got something new. We got a turret that we have not faced before. What else are we looking at? We got 2 turrets. Take that. Lots of new items. We're looking at our regular old commando that we've seen before. We got an aggressive android, and then finally we have an aggressive commando. Unfortunately, we don't have a great shot right off the bat, except through a turret. Both turrets we have decent shots on, and not the greatest on a surprise commando. Let's start doing some hurt to a turret, and then the question becomes which one. This one seems to be closest to where we're entering, so let's see if we can't put a little hurt on a turret. But it's got tough armor. We only do 2 damage. Blue Blood, you're heading in next on the breach. We've got a surprise commando right in front of us. Surprise, surprise, surprise. So what do we have on the non-surprise people? An aggressive android right behind us. It's not a bad percentage at 74. Do I want to take the chance and go for that there? It's in low cover. We got low cover, aggressive commando. The android, he's right there to be able to take a shot real close. Let's give a chance. Let's give a shot on this android, even though it's only 74. Or should I just confirm and get rid of that other turret? Or do I not see the other turret? It's not a guarantee that I'm even going to kill it. We got chance for 3 to 4 and max damage at 4 through that armor. I'm not even going to kill it with this shot. Oh, we also got the purifier surprise. Let's do some damage on the purifier. Now we got the same kinds of choices. We only have 62% on the aggressive android. I'm going to hope we can take it out early on. We got an aggressive commando with an amazing shot there, except it's only 56%. So let's go on this turret that we already weakened. Let's give it a shot right here. Didn't take it out. That armor is tough. Armor is tough. I think we're going to work focusing on that turret. We don't have good enough shots where I want to take the chance, I don't think. It's saying I might have a chance if we do our 4 to 6. If we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get our max hit, we can take out the aggressive android, but it's not a guaranteed kill. So let's do what we can to take out a full enemy. Yeah, but it's not going to shoot back. Let's take out an enemy. Still hard to know exactly what the best play is. Hurt, we took some hit. We're taking hit by both those aggressives, so that might have been some better moves to work on the aggressives.
Those people are dying. Shut down those creches.
Now who do we got moving second? Number 2 commando is back in the back. We also have a number 3 android right up here in the front. And unfortunately all this is going to happen. So you're an okay-ish cover over here. What kind of options do we have? We have a tongue pull. What kind of? We could tongue pull the android and lock him up and take him out of the mix. As that might be something I need to do. Well, let's try our new abilities here.
Get over here.
And we can wrap him up and bind him up. Let's do it.
Don't struggle. We move.
So that takes one of our enemies out of the mix. We got the commando going. What's he gonna do? He's gonna throw smoke. Thank you, commando. The android is bound, takes some hurt from the binding, and now we got our blue blood to help us out. And who do we have next? We got a commando over on the side. Thing is, after the commando then shoots, if we don't take him out, I think we're going to be aggressive, because after that, then we can take out the number. Well, that turret's way down there. We could then take out the turret, perhaps, with patchwork. And then maybe the Godmother can work on the commando for us. So let's try that. We're going to keep, it's going to bring blue blood a little bit in the open if these other attacks don't work for us. But this is the plan right now that we're going to try. So let's get a picture. We got, who do we have, and where are they? Okay, the other commando's down here. So he would have a shot on me coming up if I'm out in the open with blue blood. So maybe we try to leave blue blood with a little bit of cover. What's his shot right now on that commando? We got 76%. Sure would like a better percent, especially if I want to use the Deadeye. So we're going to run and expose blue blood. It's only a 1 round mission. And we got 3 rounds until genetic rupture. So we're in our first round. So there actually is a little bit of a timer here to get over here to our target. But let's get up close right here. We're going to expose ourselves a bit, but hopefully we can do enough hurt with the rest of our turns. We're going to do a little Deadeye shot at 82% and hopefully see it be successful.
Heads up!
There. Oh, he came through and he is unconscious. Next, I think we got to work on that turret, because otherwise that turret's going to be whacking away at us. We're just going to go ahead and try to take it over, see if we can get that benefit. It's only a 70% chance, but we're going to give it a shot.
Melting hardware. Well done.
And it's hacked. Okay, that allows me to do some other potential moves here. Chaining jolt. The next commando in line is right here, and we can start weakening him down, and because he's clouded with the smoke, let's go right through that on the chaining jolt and get him weakened up.
Frying the hostile. Marginal as always.
Okay, now we got a shot with the turret, and I think what we're going to do on the turret is take that shot on the purifier. It's going to be a kill we aren't going to be able to capture, but we need to get rid of the purifier. 90% though. I did not want to take a shot from the purifier, and as far as I know, he may have other explosives in addition to his main weapon. Now, Godmother, we can subdue with you to get this guy out of here. Severely limiting our enemy count. And now we've got you, and we can sustain the bind, and I think we will sustain it. Keep him locked up. And he's stuck. I'm wondering if this will, no, it looks like, he'd be out of range. We'll see if somebody closer will be able to be in range to subdue him even while he's bound. Because as many as we can, we want to subdue him. Do I have anybody? Blue Blood, you're just not in range for what I need. Let's get you down here against this turret for when it becomes reactive or reactivates.
Headed this way.
And we will just reload you. How about that?
Good to go.
Now this is the one. Can I? Oh, I can't quite reach, and that's my closest. You just don't have the mobility. I think what we'll do anyway, because I can't send the jolt out over here, can I? Now it doesn't let me tab away from the turret. So we take it out. It shows that it might not be a kill. I think what we'll do is just get close to our target. Now I got others close to the target that we need to get to. Let's just weaken this guy down. Or better yet, let's just heal ourselves. So we do the chaining jolt. Let's just do it.
Prime circuits. Next time, just shoot.
Damaged. It doesn't shake it off of our control because it's hacked. That's a good thing. He has nothing to shoot on. Now we have Godmother that can get over to our target here. And that was it. Since we had them controlled and bound, that just ended our mission. Unfortunately, we only had 3, so that only gives me, once again, 60% chance. I think when we have the longer missions, we'll have a chance with those trank rounds to have captured more enemies when we have up to 3 episodes within a, or 3 stages within a mission. Let's see, lightly wounded. Thank goodness it's only lightly. So test subjects recovered. It's not clear what Sacred Coil planned for the humans in those gene creches, but they were on our missing persons list. So we've confirmed Sacred Coil is actively kidnapping people. We need to find out why. Let's find out if we earned this time. We have a better than 50-50 chance, and last time we didn't. Let's see if we can do it this time. I see difficult. They're just a little more ready for us when we're breaching and coming for them. Because we took some wounds this time. And we got the 20 intel earned from the captured enemy. So it paid off for us this time. I think if we capture at least 5 per mission, that almost I think that will end up guaranteeing that we'll get intel from our enemies. So we gained 2 days toward Operation Reveal. We got 30 more credits and the 20 intel. And we've got some unrest that is now increasing in the city. And our assembly is complete on the Android personnel project. So we'll see what else we can do when we get back to our base. From the archives, Rin Takimoto, the gene therapy clinics must remain closed. We cannot have more riots. And this is from back in 2040, January 4th. Not exactly sure who the conversations are from. Oh, it's a global council session is what it is. And it says, then we do millions of hybrids to the slow and cruel death of the Fade. Counselor, you know what those clinics represent to the entire human population? They turned us into food. Technically, Counselor, they turned you into the newest food. What are you implying? That your species was not the Elder's first recipe.
Reports confirm significant unrest in City 31. Without the city's trust, Reclamation cannot investigate effectively.
Anything we can do about that?
Results can earn back the public trust. We're here to keep the city safe, so there's no better way than doing just that.
All right. So let's take a look at the city map before we move down into some other areas. We got some promotions too. Awesome. How cool is that? Let's take a look at the city map first. We can see where the unrest is spiking right now because we had some events in those cities that we did not address. The hidden faction target now is the thing that's going on there is only 2 days away. So fortunately, by speeding up the time it gets revealed to react against it, we're also holding down the unrest that's growing 1 tick at a time. We got some new situation missions we can take a look at. We can review a crime scene. 31 PD called. A suspect fired a restricted weapon after a spirited altercation. They're offering to let us review the crime scene to see if it relates to our current investigation. This will gain us 45 intel. And the other option down here is locate a missing informant. This will get us 35 Illyrium, which is also greatly needed, but I think I may leaning towards, I see one of 31 PD's informants has gone missing. Providing them with access to our more sophisticated tracking equipment could help narrow the search. Right now, I'm really focused, for right or wrong, as we'll learn as we start playing this game more. I'm more focused early on intel. I want to get more of these field teams on board to help with the rising unrest in the city. So let's go review the crime scene. We'll send APC and gain 45 intel. And this automatically resolves the situation. So this is just some different options that we gain along the process periodically. So we're going to proceed, and we got our 45 intel. Unrest in Switchyard has risen to 2. So Switchyard.
An emergency session of the City Council voted 5-4 against a citywide curfew. Councilor Parada spoke for the majority.
There is no need for such extreme measures. Mayor Nightingale's death is a tragedy, but to shut down the city due to fear would reject the very principles by which she lived.
3-1 PD remains on high alert throughout City 31. Commissioner Maloof released the following statement.
Every 3-1 PD officer grieves for Mayor Nightingale. Rest assured, we will bring those responsible to justice.
More on this story as it develops. This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
Okay, so we got to decide another field team. I want to bring another field team on board because with that intel I should be able to afford one. We seem to have a little bit higher risk. 1 day passed with what we just took care of, and so that taught me a lesson. Don't click on these until you've set everything else up. So I've lost a day now in my assembly. So learn from my mistakes and make the city map the last map. They deal with everything else first, promotions, etc., etc. We have some new projects available: modular weapons, modular armor, improved field teams. Allows us, our field teams can do more than keep the peace. We can equip them to be more versatile. Field teams can be upgraded to rank 2. Right now I'm not focused on improving field teams as I am, as it's more important to me to get more field teams. Let's maybe work on modular weapons so we can try some new fun doodads on our weapons. So we'll begin with that. 25 Illyrium and 2 days. We got this project still going. We don't have an extra soldier to put here. I'm not really going to spend any more credits at this point, I don't believe. Why is this still... Oh, because I could build more, I guess, and I have the option to bring a soldier in here if I wanted to, but I don't have anyone to spare. So now let's get in with our promotions.
I'm sure you already know your way around the armory. Each of you has a locker here. But it's also where we announce field promotions, which I'm doing now.
Me? I don't know what to say.
Congratulations. I realize now there should have been a cake.
All right, let's see what the promotions do for us. Ability unlocked. Promotion to rank Deputy Agent has unlocked combat scanners. The gremlin scans the room, applying holo targeting to all enemies. Increases the squad's aim by 15 against marked enemies. 1 use per mission. So in a single mission like the last one, we could have used it in that single room, and oh boy, what a help that could have been. In a multi-level mission, obviously you always want to try saving it for the last room, I would think, because that seems to always be the most difficult room. Who else we got? Godmother, nice to have you promoted. Let's see what your promotion includes. Okay, rank Deputy Agent also. Godmother fires a shotgun during the breach and will take their turn earlier on the timeline. Godmother also gains 1 bonus action on their first turn. 1 use per mission. So fires a shotgun during the breach and will take their turn earlier on the timeline. So it helps move them up on the timeline, and we can use that once per mission, in addition to a bonus action. I always like bonus action to be able to shoot that shotgun as many times as possible, because that is my damage dealer. And finally, we got Blue Blood over here. Let's see what your promotion entails. Blue Blood fires his lance pistol at a target, ignoring all cover bonuses. That's the Lancer shot ability. I kind of like the idea of that, because sometimes as we're coming through, I don't know if this is going to be usable on the breach or not, but sometimes that's when you want to catch them clean without the cover. So we'll see how we can put that to best use. Okay, looks like we got everything out of the way. Do we have any more news on this? It's still talking about human abductions and time of the essence there, so no new updates there. Let's get back out onto the map and figure out what we're going to do next. We don't quite have this available. 1 more day it will be, so it means we have the opportunity to do one of these non-goal oriented missions. Let's see what the rewards are. Ooh, extra padding and armor mod. We would get on this one. We lower unrest in the Riverside District, and we gain 25 intel. Our opposition acquired encrypted blueprints for a critical piece of the city's infrastructure. We need to get them back before they crack them open. And the other hot tip mission in the downtown area, whichever one we avoid, as you can see, is the one that increases unrest. So before we do that, I got to remember I want to build another squad out there for probably one of these 2 districts, the one mission I don't take. Very difficult on this one. Our contact at the Viper's Nest reports that an asset of interest has fallen into the hands of our opposition. If we recover it, we might be able to put it to use. We gain an advanced scope, lower the unrest, and 20 intel. So we got to figure out which one. And this one is, they're both very difficult, let's face it. They're not going to be easy. Do I want padding, extra armor? I think we're going to go with the hot tip to gain the scope, because they're essentially even in the rewards. If I do this one, and then if I put another team over here to maybe start helping with the unrest, or get them positioned for the unrest that will follow. Let's take a look here. The costs now, if I want another security team, is up to 65. And right now, although Illyrium is starting to become an issue, so maybe I want some regular Illyrium building also. Because I've had enough intel coming in and subduing, so maybe now we start looking at Illyrium. That seems to be the next level where I'm not gaining as much opportunity. So we're going to put an Illyrium technology team in Riverside. And we're going to be going out on the hot tip. So join me next time. We are in place. And the team's going to be the same that we took out last time. And next time when you revisit us, we will be going out on this very mission. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. Join me next time. See how we do. See if this continues, or see if we're going to get stumped by a very difficult mission. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know how we're doing, or any ideas you might have on how we need to proceed. Love to hear from any of you. Thanks.